What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and I've got some good news for you guys. Some stuff to look forward to that we should be seeing very soon. Um, if you guys didn't notice, about a week ago, um, a lot of the mods became really rare, and this was actually an issue. They were having issues with some of the mods being not common enough, and they had released a hot fix, and the hot fix was supposed to have made it so that the good mods came up more often. And in fact, it wound up having issues, and it made it so that basically some of the mods are like non-existent. And from a player point of view, I basically just thought I was getting really unlucky, because the mods had basically just disappeared. I had already had players ask me about the rarity because they're like, I had one person comment, I bought, several hundred seeds and I only saw one of these types of mods, and I was like, yeah, that's, they're pretty rare. Was normally only seeing like maybe one to three, yeah, probably like average of like two to three of them per harvest, and then it just kind of like stopped. Like I haven't seen a few of the mods in like thousands of seeds. Like I have a I have this ring that I'm crafting for this build, and I've gotten everything like on it except I'm ready to augment on conductivity because I've blocked every other lightning possibility. So the next time I got augment, I would be able to guarantee conductivity, and then I'd be able to swap these rings out and have like a super crazy OP upgrade. But I haven't seen it, and it's been like a week since I've had this ring to do this with. And I was kind of like, man, am I just that unlucky? Well, the fact is that it's not just that we've been unlucky. The hot patch that they released was broken. Um, so the bright side to this is if you were still getting gear upgrades, which, I can show you the boots I'm working on. Like I've been crafting some insane gear, even with it broken and the possibilities being too low. um I've been just crafting some really insane gear. I mean, you can look at this. This is another one of those items that I'm one removal away from finishing this item. I just need the remove life mod, um and then I can influence slam. So the positive thing about this is, they've addressed this, and this is not just me, saying, just pulling a bunch of stuff out. This is one of their releases. They talk about tomorrow's patch. This was released on. Okay, so this will be seeing. I don't know if they mean today or because they posted it really early in the morning. I don't know if they mean today or tomorrow. I think it may be today because I posted this in my Discord yesterday, like last night. But I don't know because of the time difference. So it's either today or tomorrow they're going to be releasing this patch. We have some other things that are really cool that are being released. They're doing changes to the cluster jewels. Cluster jewels will now have a set number of sockets to them, which you might be like, oh, well, that sucks. I can't reroll the sockets. It's actually really good because if you get the one with two sockets, you're only rolling three stats, which makes it so that you can augment and then regal, and it's done. So that's going to be really awesome. It's going to add value to those ones that have two sockets, but it's really, really, really going to make it a lot more attainable for us to get the cluster jewels that we actually want, which is a really exciting thing because it might raise the price difference on jewels total overall, because obviously the ones with two sockets are going to be more valuable, but you can get a blank one that just has two sockets, and you're going to be able to very cheaply get exactly what it is that you want, instead of having these crazy prices for cluster jewels where people are stuck in these positions where well, my build is popular and the jewel nodes are popular, so I just can't do it. That's not going to be the case anymore. It's going to be a lot more attainable, and I see orbs of alteration maybe going up a little bit when everyone starts rolling these. Um, but that's something easy that we can farm. So, it's telling them you can look this up or hop on my Discord. I posted, it's the last thing posted. Um, but basically, this is them explaining it. Um, I believe that these changes, when was this posted? So we also have this one. And this is kind of just talking about increases to higher rarity stuff that they're going to be putting in. This is also the 3.11. I'm not going to go through all of it. I just wanted to kind of put this out there for people that were struggling, because honestly I didn't know I was experiencing the effects of it, but I didn't know there were people reporting it. I was hearing people saying it, and I thought, maybe kind of like what they were saying, maybe it was just bad luck, but they wound up checking the code, and it was in fact that they made a mistake, and they apologized. And I like what they said. The whole situation actually prompted quite a lot of internal review about how we handle processes like this. We are not pleased with what happened either. While we'd love to reassure you that it'll be better in the future, we are going to go with actions rather than words this time. I really like this because, a company can say anything that they want and then they can just continue shafting it to you. I've seen a lot of companies that do this. They'll talk a big game, but they won't actually address the stuff that the community is having issues with. So I'm looking forward to this patch, and looking forward to continuing to see what it is that they release. I honestly really like the season. I think the crafting is super powerful, and obviously they wanted it to be even more accessible for players, which, I'm totally for that because I understand that, some players don't have as much time, and it is the league mechanic. And one of my biggest complaints about a league, like if we look backwards, was like Blight League, for instance. Blight League, the big thing to do was play blight maps, and blight maps were so rare that most of the community wouldn't even play them. Like the league after blight league, like most people hadn't played blight maps because they were just so expensive, and if you failed them you missed out on so much currency, like more currency than you could have even gotten consistently from running the map. So the only players that got to play them really were the players that, had tons of currency, like the highest percent of players. And I didn't really like this. And I mean, they were so expensive that I wasn't really playing them, except when I was just like, I want to play them. I wasn't even playing them for currency because they were so expensive to buy that the odds were that you'd wind up missing out. And that was because they were too rare. And this is one of those situations where once again I'm kind of like, it's kind of too rare. There's people that are like, these mods are too rare for me to realistically use. And I would like to see more of them. There are. I haven't been playing as much at the beginning of this league that I've played just because of stuff that's going on in the world. I will be getting time in, and I've been working on some content, some really good content for you guys. I just really wanted to hop in and release this for those players that are out there and are kind of struggling with the crafting. It's going to get a lot better, in like the next sometime in the next 24 hours. I don't know exactly when they're releasing this, but it is going to be released, or it may already. I don't know. It says the second. It said within the 24 hours. I didn't download a patch, so I'm assuming it's about to come out. Um, Anyways, I wanted to put this out there. The other thing that's really cool is they said that they're increasing the amount of seeds that are dropping. So not only are the better mods going to be more common, but we're going to get more seeds from higher tier maps. Which this is kind of what I told you. The game is now being focused towards the further you get into the game, the more rewarding the game becomes, and they're even doing that with the seeds. So we're going to be getting more seeds in those higher tier maps. Um, I will do an update. Some people had asked about what I was doing to make currency. I will give you guys kind of like the the my recommendations as far as what to focus on. There's going to be a little bit of a difference because I'm playing a boss killer type character, so not everyone will be able to do that stuff. But in order to get to my boss kills, I do have to map. So I have the things that I'm doing in those. So I will be doing an update on mapping and currency at this point in the league. Thanks for watching. Peace.